What's going on, guys? It's Mark Fernandez here, up here in Cairns, where the weather is quite warm, so you'll have to excuse the air conditioner noise. What we're doing today is we're going to take the center console out of my D22 Nissan Navara because little story for you. It didn't work out quite well in the morning the other day when I was on my way to work, and had my smoothie in the car ready to go. Had some oats and some banana in there, and milk and stuff like cream. And what didn't work out quite well was the bottom of it decided to fall out, and it went all over the carpet and into the center console. So yeah, there's a bit of stink in here. My colleagues confirmed that. They did say yes, it does smell. So that afternoon, I ripped out the center console and kind of desperately tried to get it out before it stunk any worse than it needed to. So I'm just going to reinstall it today, and I'll show you guys how I kind of did that. And it was a bit confusing looking at the forums and the videos and that people had at the moment. It didn't quite make any sense. So I kind of just had a bit of a poke around and a bit of a feel around to see if I could get it done myself. So I'll hopefully be able to show you guys a easy way to get your center console out. It might be pretty similar to mine, and hopefully you're a D22 owner and you can just watch this and it'll all be sorted. So let's get straight into it. So here we have some of the mounting points here, guys. Now, I'm not too sure why there are four points here for the screws to go into, but really the only two that I think are used are these two here, one there and one there. Maybe in some of the other models there's actually four, but I'm not too sure. So these two here, you can probably still see there's a little bit of wearing on these ones because that's where the center console actually goes into. So it mounts up to that one there and this one over here. Sorry for the shoddy camera work. One there and then another one there. And they are the only 2 points that the center console actually mount up to. So you're only looking for 4 screws. I went ahead and took out the ones on the side here, just down here and on the other side, but I didn't actually need to. That actually holds in this other part of the center console here. So you don't need to go ahead and do that. So just those 4 points there, one there, one here, and one here. Now, I will show you guys how to do that, how to get that out. It's a little bit tricky. There is a little bit of a trick to it. I couldn't figure out how to get these two out here. They're hidden a little bit. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Alrighty, guys. So the way we put this center console back is there's a bit of a technique. So handbrake has to be up and the car has to be in first. So we're going to go ahead and just try and put that handbrake through this slot here. See if we can get that to work. So let's give that a go now. Where it goes into the slot, just like that. And then just push it down. Try and push it down and back too. Let me wiggle it back better. There we go. Sorry, headphone users. Okay, so now I've kind of got it resting just like this. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. Kind of got this resting just like this now, and it needs to try and match up to here. So I'm just trying to just release these here, release these clips. Just see if I can get a bit of a look in there and see how it connects, just to show you guys. So try and move it up just a little bit. See, it needs to match up to that gap there. Trying to do this one-handed is not ideal. Here we go. So nearly matched up perfectly there. But I will have to put those bolts in, would probably help. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead, put that one back there. You don't need that. This is not turning into the easy, quick install video I was hoping for. Give me 1 sec, I'm just going to put that one on. What we've done is we just pushed it, make sure it's pushed flat, so you can see where those mounting holes are there. And you can see you'll need to match it up. You can see that. See how you need to match it up there as well with those 2 holes there too. So I'm just going to go and get the screws that we need and see if we can get this thing to match up perfectly. So give me 1 sec. So guys, just so you know what tools I used the just used a plastic trim removal tool there, just a flat one there, and you just need just a standard little Phillips head. That'll be fine. The bolts and the nuts, or whatever you want to call it, the screws that that go in, they're all the same. All these 6 that I took out, you need to take out those other 2, but these 4 that go on here, they're all the same. So you don't need to actually, you don't really need to keep too close of a track on them. I'm just going to go ahead and install them now. So I'm just going to match them up, screw them in, and job will be done. Just as I was about to screw in these bolts, I just noticed that the carpet on the outside there wanted to fray out just like that. So be careful, make sure that you kind of trap it in with the side of the center console. That'll just make your life a little bit easier, so you don't have to go back and have to undo all those bolts again. Just a little time-saving tip for you. So further to that, with the tools that you're using, make sure that you're using a screwdriver that is long enough to reach all the way in there. If it's too short, you'll be banging your knuckles against the side of that. So just make sure that your screwdriver is long enough to reach in there. And yeah, I think that's pretty well it for those back 2 screws. So it's up to these front 2 screws now. Now, these screws actually hide underneath this little plate like that, which when we take it out, you actually need to get your removal tool or maybe a flathead screwdriver with a cloth underneath it and just pry that out, and it will pop out. The bottom of that looks like this, in case you're wondering, trying to get your device to kind of get around each of the pegs and lift out. So just so you know how that clips in, because that would have been useful to know for when I was doing it. So these screws are just going to pop in just like that. Make sure they get in there. And then that one like that. It's nice and easy. A bit of fiddling around because it's a tight spot. And then I'm going to have to put those other 2 in there too as well. So I'll talk to you guys in a second once I finish screwing those in. So guys, now I've got those screws in there, and the 2 that I shouldn't have taken out are now in there as well. It's just time to put this little plate back on, and it should just pop into place. A bit of a click. See how we go. And there we go. Install all done. Now, shuts up all beautifully. Make sure it doesn't have too much of a wobble in it. Give it a bit of a pull. It feels pretty good. So it looks a lot better than what it did before. And these are actually quite good to just pull out and give a bit of a wash with the hose. That worked out quite well and got rid of a lot of the gunk that shouldn't have been there. So that's the video for today, guys. All done. I did notice when I was taking out, and you would have seen it as well, is that the underneath these center consoles there wasn't a lot of sound deadening. So I reckon if you guys want to see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll probably put a bit of sound deadening in here, and you guys can have some fun laughing at me trying to fumble around, trying to do things that that I don't know how to do, and learning all in the process. So if you guys would like to see that, go ahead, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.